Senior Community Manager here in the Total War team, and I'm here today to talk to you.
Vamos a comentar este vídeo de Total Warhammer 3 en el que van a hablar sobre el futuro contenido de Total Warhammer 3 y así me lo reviento, o sea, que llevo un vicio, madre mía. Quiero cambiar esto. Ahí. Así nos lo traducen. De puta madre. Y yo me pongo aquí, por ejemplo. Vale, vamos a verlo. A ver qué dicen. Que ya confirmaron, para los que estáis un poco desviados del tema, o si os gusta el juego pero no estáis informados, ya confirmaron que iban a sacar un DLC de Khorne, de los Pieles Verdes y de los Reinos Ogros. O sea que confirmaron ya eso.
About the what's next for Total War Warhammer 3, as well as a little look at the future vision for the franchise as well. Now we are endeavouring to be more open and transparent with you guys with everything that we're doing at the moment. So this is a new format that we haven't tried before. We'd love to know your comments and your thoughts about how it's gone, what you think we could do better, so that we can make these videos even more fun and informative for you in the future. But without further ado, let's do some introductions. So, Rich, do you want to take us away? Who are you and what do you do?
Vale. Las presentaciones. Las presentaciones sobran.
I've been doing this for quite a while now, at least the last 10 years or so. It's crazy how time's flown by, but I love it. It's been fantastic. Listening to all your feedback over that course of time, developing the series, getting in your favourite factions and characters, and we've got loads more to still add.
I'm Sean MacDonald, lead designer on the Warhammer DLC team. I've been here a meager 6 years compared to Rich's 10. I'd led the Champions of Chaos, Chaos Dwarves and Thrones of Decay, and I'm looking forward to leading on this project again.
So I'm Victor, I'm from Sofia. I'm here now in Horsham to talk to you about Warhammer and more specifically Khorne. I've been friend of the project for a while. We've been working together, so I'm here.
It's great to have you aboard, and yeah. Lots of collaboration going forward on Warhammer.
So we'll jump in with a big question. What is the vision and ethos for Total War Warhammer 3 moving forward?
Well, I think a lot of that has to come down to the fact that you've given us so much important and impactful feedback over, well, I mean, since I've started on the project way back, but more recently, you know, your thoughts on Thrones.
Aunque sea de fondo.
So what we want to do is continue in that mold, continue in that shape, and keep providing you the opportunity, the variety, the options of how you want to purchase Warhammer content moving forward. And that might be like an individual pack, something smaller like you saw with, say, Malachi, or the complete bundle, as you saw also with Thrones of Decay. The big news, if you like, also is that you've shown us where the importance of the game is, and that is clear from the amount of campaigns you started and battles you fought and the rest of it. It's Immortal Empire. So our next DLCs will be focused on IE specifically for our new characters and our factions.
And that doesn't mean we'll stop supporting Realm of Chaos, of course. There will be a lot of bug fixing, a lot of rebalancing, a lot of making sure all the factions are still great there. But we figured out that after a while, the story of Realm of Chaos, you know, after you played it so many times, kind of becomes, you know, known to you. So we're moving to Immortal Empires being the place to be for every faction in the world.
Just gives you options. Both campaigns are still there to be enjoyed and played. But yeah. We know Immortal Empires is the quintessential Warhammer experience.
Let's look at what we've recently revealed, the next DLC that's going to be coming and the focal points for those. I would really like it if you could tell me a little bit more about those. Maybe we can start with Ogre Kingdoms. Who wants to take that?
So, shall I start?
Yeah, go on.
Go on. Sean's got all the juicy gossip at the end. Right, so Ogre Kingdoms, that's a faction we wanted to touch and improve upon for quite some time. And we're here now, and we're really excited about what we're going to be able to do and bring and flesh them out.
A ver qué contenido.
If I look back on my journey, your feedback has always said to me about how can you get these factions up to their fullest? How can you get all the beloved characters and units into it? And that's what we want to do with Ogre Kingdoms now. So I'm really pleased to announce today that our new legendary lord for the Ogre Kingdoms will be Golfag Maneater. Yeah, he's a big hitter. He's one that's steeped in lore. I mean, I know you touched on some of the old editions there, Victor.
Wow.
This guy goes way back as well, and there's in a variety of different editions, and even the dog army. But But his shtick, if you don't know, is that he loves to roam the world.
¿Cómo voy a comer polla con
he
este?
loves to go to far-flung places, being given sort of contracts and things to go and do for people. And if you've got a bag of cash, he's more than happy to take
Aunque-
it and bolstering out his forces.
Mi favorito es Pieles Verdes sin duda.
Exactly.
Y luego el de los de Korn,
And, you know, we
buah,
don't just
también.
stop with him. There'll be a plethora of new characters, and there'll be a legendary hero. But I do get to talk to you a little bit about some of the units that we'll be adding as well for the ogres, which I think are super cool. And in fact, one of them is very cool, very cold, very frosty, which is the Thunder Tusk. So that's going to have a breath effect.
Wow,
on it,
qué
you might,
guapo.
Come to expect with its ogres mounted up high, shooting harpoons in the light. So a big beastie in your army to really flesh things out.
Buah.
There will be some other units as well.
Creo que me empezaré una campaña con esto también, ¿eh?
So you can expect that same shape and format again. And the other one, which, if I'm allowed, I'll talk about it now, is the Blood Vultures. So this is maybe not a unit you come to expect, because it's not a unit in the lore book per se, but it's a feature for the Ogre Hunter. We wanted to give the ogres that kind of aerial capability, so they'll be joy in the fray as well.
Very cool, very cool. Victor, tell us a bit about what's coming to Khorne.
Oh, you know what's coming.
¿Maíz a qué se refieren?
The forums, we know it. We hear you, and this has always been the case for us to want to do Skull Taker eventually, and here we are.
Será Korn.
We know that there's only one legendary
Wow.
lord in the game right now for Khorne. Of course, the second one will bring much needed variety. So this is what will be my mission, to take this character and do him justice, portray him the way he is in the lore, which, being a Khorne character, again, you know what to expect.
A ver, un momento.
If you don't know, let me one legendary war.
Este va a ser el señor legendario de Korn, el nuevo. Wow. Pero va a ir a pie.
In the game right now for Khorne, and do him justice, portray him the way he is in the lore, which, being a Khorne character, again, you know what to expect. If you don't know, let me tell you, he goes to collect skulls from worthy opponents. He collects all the skulls, but those that are really interesting, he adds them to his collection. He adds them to his cloak, which also adds to his power. So when he defeats a really powerful enemy, the way he does in a challenge, he goes and issues a challenge. People come to answer that call, fall beneath him, and he adds their skill to his collection, and it lets him absorb the power of that character. So the stronger the enemy, supposedly the stronger the power that he absorbs. So we can see how this could lead to some sort of more snowballing gameplay, perhaps. You don't need to be an experienced game designer like those two to imagine what the gameplay will be like. We'll be adding a few new units to Khorne as well. Heroes Wars you can expect. For example, there will be a great monster that Sean can tell you a bit more about.
Yeah, so we've got the Slaughter Brute on the way. So we've obviously seen the
Wow.
Vortex Beast, so we did Shadows of Change, and we thought, well, we need to get the less magical and mystical and far more bloody and gory and aggressive and all the classic Khorne traits in a big beastie. So we're bringing him along for the journey. So yeah, there's one to be excited about.
Yeah, it's nice to add this content now to Khorne. You know, we've been through Tzeentch, we've been through Nurgle, we're now at Khorne. Don't worry, Slaanesh fans, we'll get to you as well. It's all in our great plan. Yeah, Victor's going to have a lot of fun painting the town red with this.
Yeah, you know we want to do them all. You know, we've read the books. Games Workshop has given us so much throughout the years, and if it's up to us, we'll do it all. It's just a matter of in what order. So you could definitely help us prioritize that with your, talking to us.
Sean, are you going to tell us a little bit about Orcs and Goblins?
I can tell you a little bit about Orcs and
Just a
Goblins.
little bit.
Just a smidge. Just a tiny
bit.
crumb. Okay.
Yeah.
That's enough. Great, thanks guys. So since Rich and Victor have told us the legendary lords are for the other cultures, we're looking at Gorbad Ironclaw for Orcs and Goblins as our big hitter, one of the most iconic and successful orcs to ever traipse through the Warhammer world. One big thing that we took from feedback on Thrones of Decay was that having the units and the roster feel attached to the lord that is representing them in the DLC is super important. So like Elspeth representing all the Norn, etc. So with Gorbad, we thought he's the perfect character to let us bring in a variety of orcs and goblins, because there's a sprinkle of orc and a sprinkle of goblin and a little bit of squig over here, and who can unify them but the single best commander that actually use strategies and use wolf riders, use squigs, use orcs and goblins all in conjunction. He's the perfect poster boy, poster orc, so that we can get the best and most exciting roster in, and some colossal beasties maybe on the journey there with him as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with them. We know that you know, greenskins and orcs and goblins are in a really good state.
No ha dicho el comandante, ¿no?
Your feedback. We've still got a few little tweaks and fixes we want to do to things like wars where we can, but as Sean said, there's just so much variety in this faction that we really want to try and get as much of this as to you as soon as possible. So, you know, maybe along the way there might be a few little sneaky surprises as well that we can drop for you.
Nice. I like surprises. Very cool. A big question that comes up whenever
Y
we
no enseñan nada, tío.
as I'm sure you're aware, is free content. Now,
De los pieles verdes no han enseñado nada.
Our process where we always release some free LC alongside the DLC. What's the approach going to be with the next one? What are we able to talk about? What we've got coming?
Yeah, I think so. So we went back to the old formula on Thrones of Decay. It was quite clear that we needed to add legendary lords back in. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of people still enjoy legendary heroes and they have their place, and we're still looking to continue with those. But legendary lords provide you that new experience. You know, you get to have a fresh take on things. And Epidemius, I think, was one that we all enjoyed making, and just a little twist on what he could offer. So the focus again with this content, and as we touched on earlier, with the content going forward, is Immortal Empire. So you can expect to see the character appear there. And one to get Victor very excited about is gets yet another Khorne character to add to the fray. So we're doubling down on Khorne on this one. We really want to make sure that Khorne, you know, gets to have its moment in the spotlight. And again, as I mentioned earlier, don't worry if you've got other factions that you want to see some attention to. They are going to get their time in the sun.
Very cool. I look forward to seeing the guesses and speculation across the community.
5 minutos.
Yeah. Awesome. So we've spoken a lot about this
Joder, pero no.
current content, what we're working
No han enseñado, tío, los orcos, el general,
Is there anything you can tell us
y también
about moving forward?
el aguijón Iron Claw, ¿la ha llamado?
Arrived.
Yeah,
ver.
so the feedback that we've had from everybody has been super useful in kind of getting us on the right path, and I think giving you the content that you want to see and experience in the game. So very much like what we've just announced here with this latest DLC, and then what we saw prior with Thrones of Decay and even Shadows of Change. We want to get, first and foremost, all those Chaos God factions out to you. So you can expect to see Slanesh in the future, but also the shape and mould as well to continue in this same vein. So offering the 3 different factions, 3 different experiences, boosting out, you know, the units and heroes and things, and offer in that regard. So yeah, that variety that you've all given us so much positive feedback on, we want to keep harnessing and creating and moving forward with. And then beyond that, well, you know, the Warhammer world's our oyster, so to speak. There's lots and lots of content still out there. There's factions that we haven't touched upon in quite some time, and it's kind of a reason for that. So yeah, Vampire Count fans, don't worry, you'll be good. Norska fans, again, you know, we want to come back there and address things to do with the monster hunts, just to name a couple. I mean, my favourite is still the lizard men. We can do something about the geomantic web. Fingers crossed, Sean. You know, we'll see. But yeah, legacy content is super important. So if we haven't done anything in a while, just know it's in our plans. We've got a long, you know, journey ahead of us. Lots of exciting content to add to the game.
If it exists, we would love to make it.
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully,
Ah, it's
one day,
Gorbad.
we'll see, you know, my beloved halflings. But Let's see. Let's see. No promises.
Yeah, I know you'd make everything if you could, wouldn't you?
If I could. Yeah.
No
for
chaos
everyone.
guilt left behind.
Yep, there you go. And you touched on it here as well, and we mentioned it in the development update that we did before. But looking back at like the legacy content and the game as it currently is as well, I know there's a want to kind of freshen up what's already there. I don't know, Sean, do you want to tell
Ahora la
us a little
enseño.
bit more about what the kind of expectations can be there?
Yeah, I can work on that for you. So yeah, so far we've only really done bug fixing in the interim patches between our 0.0s. So going up to 6.0, we're planning to bring in some smaller additions as well. So things that you would normally see in a patch, including things such as like the reworks that you might expect to come with a big 0.0 drop, such as like the cults. So we're going to take a look at them, and then even beyond reworking, we might try and add some new content to create some new, fresh experiences that, again, you would usually be waiting for us to drop a DLC, but we want to try and give all of the races a little bit of love if we can. And we've obviously said it's ogres, Khorne, and orcs and goblins for this one, but you know,
Ahora lo miro.
their favourite, and we want to try and
Buena poco.
touch it across the game where we can.
So you're saying we're not just adding to the new races that are coming with the new DLC, but also to previous ones scattered here and there?
Exactly. And I think the big thing is feedback. So if you know, if you say you're missing something and you'd love to see something, we will try to.
¿Qué han dicho de Onoska? Que estaban mirando el héroe nuevo de los pieles verdes.
Experience in the game is at that same level of quality that we strive to hit.
No, a los muertos no le van a poner nada.
We enjoy creating the new as much as reworking some of the
Van a sacar contenido de los pieles verdes, de Khorne y de los reinos ogros.
Be in this position where we can go back and reimagine things, improve things, is, you know, all thanks
Sí.
to you in support.
Ya les meterán cosas ya.
Please continue to
O eso
send
espero.
your ideas. Maybe we can make it, maybe we can't, but there's no harm in just suggesting it to us.
Awesome. Yeah, I know that's going to be music to a lot of our players' ears as well, knowing that stuff's coming down the line. So
Win-win?
I'm going to expect to see a lot of speculation,
Please?
a lot of suggestions, a lot of demands. Is there anything already that we can say about?
¿Ganaste el torneo con cuál?
The team is hard as work. We're having fun working on it. I hope you will have fun as well when it comes out. When?
Yeah, well, we've got plenty more to do, plenty more skulls to be reaped, lots of meat to be taken, and some big wars to be generated. So we're looking at the back end of the year.
Yeah, these projects are quite big. I mean, Thrones of Decay style DLCs, they take a long time to make sure we hit that right quality level, which is why we're so intent on making sure the patches hit and keep the game alive. We don't want to go a long period where you know, it can feel stagnant, and that's why we're looking to do these reworks and these additional contents in the interim.
Thank you for joining us for our Total War Warhammer 3 development update today. In terms of our next communications, we're going to be looking at coming back
Como habla este tío, ¿no?
hopefully around late summer with an update on what we're working on. In the meantime, keep coming to us with your feedback, letting us know,
Parece que tuviera una voz más grave y va a empezar a hablar ahí.
This format, this is new for us. This is a new thing that we've done. We'd love to know what you thought about it. We really want to make these videos as fun and informative for you as we can, and your feedback helps us to do that. From all of us here at CA and the Total War team, thank you and bye.
Enjoy.
Bye. Vale. A ver, cosas. Este es el tío que van a meter con los pieles verdes. Ay, mierda. Ese es el tío que van a meter con los pieles verdes. Se lo voy a quitar. Se voy a poner... Uf, ¿nos vamos a Total Warhammer 3? Me está apeteciendo, ¿eh? Ese es el que van a meter con los pieles verdes. Ah, espera.
Hi everyone, I'm
Y-
Steve Coleman, Senior Community Manager here in...
¿Dónde está? Este lo van a meter con los reinos ogros. Hay un bicho también que van a meterlo. Así un breve resumen. Que es este de aquí. Ah, ya. A ver, tienen a la Zack, el carnicero, ¿no? Aunque no lo he jugado. Creo que prácticamente nada. No sé si está, no sé si es fuerte o no. Van a meter también esta unidad. Es hechicero. Es hechicero, pero... Uf, no lo sé. Hasta los dragones de Katai. Es verdad, en de aire los pieles verdes es que están flojos, ¿no? Realmente. Mira, este va a ser el general de Korn. También han enseñado una criatura bastante guapa. Espérate, ahora. Este va a ser el de Korn. Que no sé cómo se llama. ¿Skulltaker? A ver. Hostia, qué guapo, cabrón. Guau, la miniatura mola, ¿eh? Ay, tiene varias. ¿No? Sí. Hostia. Se llama Juan Carlos, creo. El primero de su nombre. Bueno, este va a ser el general de los de Korn, el que va a salir con el DLC. Yo este DLC me lo voy a pillar sí o sí. Una, porque soy muy fan de los pieles verdes. Y otra, porque los de Korn también me molan mucho. Pero bueno, y tenemos también una bestia que han enseñado. A ver. Esta. Y luego los de los pieles verdes no han enseñado nada, tío. Yo creo que lo tendrían tan verde, que no han enseñado nada. Es que ni un concepto, tío. Pero bueno, que podrían haber enseñado la miniatura tal cual así, por ejemplo, y ya. O sea, no creo que cueste demasiado. La miniatura o yo que sé, alguna imagen, ¿no? De ellos. No creo que les hubiera costado demasiado. Pero este va a ser el general que van a sacar. Este no es. Es este. ¿Un Gorbat? Ah, pues sí que es Gorbat este. Pero me mola full rojo, la verdad. Este está mejor. Bueno, va, lo dejamos por aquí. El videito para YouTube.